Hello again and welcome back. My name is 𝐕𝐲𝐻𝐿 and today we are going to be talking about automatic mob farms. Now there are about 3 different mob farms that you can build currently using automation. There is a semi-automatic, fully automatic, sounds like I'm talking about guns. Anyway, and also one that's just to help you like build up your skills, like your combat skills with, swords and ranged things and stuff. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about the semi-automatic one first, then we're going to go into the ones that is for leveling your skills, and then we're going to talk about the fully automatic one last, because that one requires a lot of explanation as to why it doesn't work how it should work. So let's get into this. Okay, so the start of any mob farm, doesn't matter whether you're going to automate it or not. Start of any mob farm requires one of these 4 things depending on what you're going to want to farm. Use the orange ground slime to spawn the orange and red slimes. You use poison slime to spawn the poison slimes. I'm not going to try to pronounce that because I'm really bad with words. But use this stuff to spawn the larva, and then you use mold ground to spawn the guys with the pickaxes and the mold biome. I don't know what they're called. I had a figurine of them, I could probably tell you. So you're gonna put that stuff down, real simple. You can just place it down like a block. Easy peasy. Pick it up with a shovel, right click, and then once you get that down, I recommend doing this in about a 20 by 20. I just did this one small as like demonstration purposes. So you're gonna put it down in about a like 20 by 20. And then you're going to put your conveyor belts over it to where you're going to channel it into a little channel like so, to where it's going to go into like some spikes or something like that, whatever the case is. Whether you want to stand here and you want to like, am I dumb? If you want to stand here and like attack them, or you just want to be able to run over and get it. Now, if you set it up like this, where you have the 4 and stuff, and then you put up the fences around it, you can collect from inside here. This is the setup that I recommend going with, which is why I'm going to show it first. So that way, if you just want to be told what to do, this is what you want to do. I'd recommend going in like a 20 by 20, have at least a 2 wide channel in the middle to funnel them down into your kill pit. And then you're only ever going to need this like 4 by 4, or sorry, 2 by 2, 4 spikes. And then you can run around the edges here, and you can still gather through the fence. So that is the idea here. Relatively simple, really easy. So you put your stuff down, put your conveyors on top of it, channel it down into your little channel, and then you just massacre everything. Good time. One thing I would like to note is when you are playing with mob farms, unless you like having a bunch of monsters running around your base, you need to dig out a water trench around your mob farm, and then like maybe have like an electronic door or something like that to prevent them from getting out, to where you can like go across easy, whatever. Or if you just want to place a block down every time. Reason why is because sometimes, I would say pretty often, but it's not like a guaranteed every time thing. Mobs will escape your farms and they will run rampant in your base, doing things like this, where you just have very lovely destroyed farms and all kinds of things. It's a very good time. So make a water moat. Just do it. You won't regret it. Make a water moat around your mob farms. So let's go talk about the second option, which is going to be the one for gaining your combat skills. Okay, so for the mob farm that will allow you to easily level up your combat skills, it's really simple. You are going to want to have a hallway that is 3 wide, and then make a room on either side. I recommend no bigger than a 20 by 20 on these. And then you're going to do the same exact thing. If you are going to make one of these specifically for combat and like leveling it up, I recommend using the mold guys. They're going to be the highest level. They're going to be the absolute best. kind of thing. So same exact thing. Put down your floor, put down your conveyor belts, push them all down. They'll channel in and then come up to here. Again, especially on this one, you need to have a water moat on this because these guys don't contain easily by this fence. But if you want to be able to sit here and attack them, you need to do this. So you need to have some kind of water moat where you can keep them away from your base because I'm gonna play a clip here in a second that will show you what happens when you leave up a world overnight and you have one of these and you don't have a water moat. It's very great. So we're gonna go ahead and show that now. Okay, so now that you see why a water moat is important, I'm going to stop talking about it. We are now going to talk about the fully automatic system. Now, the thing to understand with this system is that I'm not bashing the devs, and I'm not saying that they're doing a bad job. They are doing a wonderful job. I absolutely love this game. It's a fantastic game. It's just at the start, the devs have not given us like proper logistics. So we can't do things properly. And the big issue that we have when it comes to making fully automatic auto farms is that we only have two ways of collecting things and only one way of gathering them. And the two ways of collecting things are the robot arms and the mining drills. And the one way to move them is the conveyor belts. The issue with the robot arms and the robot arms and mining drills, whatever they're called, is that if in order for them to collect, it has to be directly on the block in front of them. So for the robot arm to grab something, the item has to be on that block. It can't be on any of the outside adjacent blocks. It has to be directly on there. Same thing with the mining drill. It has to be directly on that block, and then it will kind of like suck it forward and push it out the other end. Excuse me. So that is the problem that we have with that. And because that is the case, you have to expose your machines to the monsters. And when your monsters get attacked by things like spikes, or if they just get attacked in general, they get like pissed off and then they start attacking things. They can't break things like this scarlet fence or the floor and stuff, but they can attack and break your machines. And that's why fully automatic farms aren't working to their full potential at the moment. So I have figured out a way to make a fully automatic mob farm, but it loses a lot of resource. Now I'm going to show you. So this is the best way that I could come up with something that can do it. Robot arms can grab from the other side of fences, and the reason why is because a fence only takes up the center of a block. So items can be on the edges of a block, and so the robot arm will be like, oh cool, I can grab that, and it'll just pick it right up and it'll move it. But as you can see, I now have to manually go in there and get this stuff whenever I want. And to show you, this is about leaving it up for about 12 hours. This is all I've gotten. This is all I've gathered. This chest was completely empty at 11 o'clock at night. It was about 11 o'clock when I started this video in the morning. So this is the safest way to do it. Otherwise, you run into your robot arms or drills breaking. You can get a good amount out of them, but you're not going to be able to just AFK that farm overnight and wake up the next morning and have an overabundance of resources. The thing that you need to do, though, is so just like how the semi-automatic one works, you have your spawn floor, you channel them in, you need to get them down into this where you just have a single spike here, and then sometimes, occasionally, they will end up on the edge when they die, and then the robot arms can pick it up and you funnel it into a collection system. The things that the devs need to add when it comes to automation is we need better item collection, as well as we also need like some form of like item filters. And lastly, we need some form of detection for players, mobs, and items. If we got those three things, it would be endless factories that we could make. I don't know how much the devs want to automate in this game, but if we had those three things, we would be phenomenal. We would be able to just make all the things like automatic sorting systems, automatic smelters, whatever. It'd be endless what we could do. Like mob farms, it'd be insane. So, but that is that. I'm not going to show you guys how to build this. You guys can see it right here. It's just funnel them into a channel, put robot arms. Make sure you just use fence, not walls on the outside here. If you want to use that, you just power it up. Doesn't matter. It doesn't require any fancy circuitry. They just all require power. And then occasionally you're just going to have to go in and do that. Do not use a gate. Do not use a fence gate or door. Just have it. Fence blocks are really easy to break, and then you can come in and you can gather what you got. So do not use a gate. The reason why is because especially things like the larvae and stuff, not so much the slimes, but anything after the slimes, like even the purple slimes, they will attack the gate and they will break it and destroy it, and then they can get out into your base. Again, have a water moat, and then you'll be all right. But don't use gates. They get broken very easily. So, but yeah, use this one. This is what I recommend using. Is this here? Because you can, it's still automatic. It's just not an automatic collecting system. You just need to be able to. You just run around here and you'll be able to grab it yourself. That's all you got to do. And this is completely contained. Whatever, they'll spawn here, they come in here, they die, you grab them. It's great. Use that instead, it's a lot better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. If you guys did, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm always going to be posting more content about this. I've been doing tons of testing, so if you want to see more and learn more about the automation of Core Keeper, make sure that you are subscribed and notified so you know when those next videos come out. As well as comment down below giving me any feedback or just suggestions or questions. And also, if you want to see something specific on my channel, let me know. Do not hesitate to ask. Stay happy. Peace.